Hi everybody, today I'm going to show you 8 ways to use peppermint to stimulate your hair growth. Peppermint is one of my favorite ingredients in my hair care regimen and DIYs. I've been using it since the beginning of my hair growth journey because it has been proven to stimulate hair growth, has an amazing smell, and is so refreshing and soothing to the scalp. The first way to use peppermint for hair growth is for shampooing and cleansing your scalp. For the first ingredient, I'm going to add fractionated coconut oil or MCT oil. It's going to serve as a carrier oil for my peppermint essential oil, which is the next ingredient. I'm going to use 1 small tablespoon of MCT oil for 3 to 4 drops of peppermint essential oil. And as a shampoo base, I'm going to use Dr. Bronner's Baby Mild Pure Castile Soap. I shake it well and that's it. Our DIY peppermint shampoo is ready. I also make shampoo bars. Here is my coffee peppermint shampoo bar. It's very practical for traveling and it can be preserved for a very long time. After preparing my hair with an oil and onion juice, I'm going to go ahead and shampoo my hair. If you use onion juice or onion oil in your hair care regimen, I highly recommend also incorporating peppermint essential oil to mask or remove the smell of onions. I've made a full part 1 video about how to remove the smell of onion juice from your hair, so make sure to check it out. Here is another way to incorporate peppermint into your hair care regimen. You don't have to do any DIYs, you can just use a shampoo that contains peppermint directly in it. Here I'm using Dr. Bronner's peppermint shampoo. It's very stimulating, but it can also dry out your hair a little bit, so make sure to follow up with a moisturizing and nourishing shampoo and conditioner. I use this shampoo quite a lot at the beginning of my hair growth journey. I like to let it sit for 2 to 5 minutes on my scalp before rinsing. You can purchase this shampoo on Amazon. I'll put the link to my Amazon storefront in the description box. The second way to use peppermint for hair growth is in a clarifying hairspray. To make this spray, I'm going to add about 1 tablespoon of rice vinegar. You can also use apple cider vinegar if you like. Then I add a few drops of peppermint essential oil. Finally, just fill the rest of the spray bottle with filtered or distilled water. You can use it to clarify your hair and scalp before shampooing, as a replacement for shampoo, or even as a final hair rinse. In my case, I like to use it as a replacement for shampoo. I let it sit on my hair for about 10 minutes after applying it all over my hair and scalp. Then I rinse it out and follow up with a conditioner. Don't hesitate to check out my full video about this clarifying hairspray. The third way to use peppermint for hair growth is as an overnight hairspray or hair rinse. In this case, you'll need peppermint tea bags, water, a carrier oil, and peppermint essential oil. The first step is to just make peppermint tea. I let it infuse until the water reaches room temperature. Then I add the tea to my spray bottle. You can use it as it is as a final rinse during your wash days or in between wash days to refresh your scalp. But I like to be extra and I needed some extra nourishment and stimulation for my hair, so I add about 1 tablespoon of olive oil and 4 to 5 drops of peppermint essential oil. I shake well and my overnight hair growth spray is ready. I have made a detailed video about it, so make sure to check it out. The link is in the description box below this video. The fourth way to use peppermint for hair growth is by using peppermint-infused rum or a peppermint shot. It's alcohol-based, so use it only on your scalp. You can apply it to your scalp the day before shampooing or simply on your scalp when you have braids or cornrows, for example. It will really help clarify and soothe your scalp while wearing these hairstyles. I like to use a dropper to make the application process easier. The fifth way to use peppermint for hair growth is as an extreme scalp stimulator. The goal is to use peppermint essential oil, also known as PEO. This essential oil is very potent, so you have to dilute it in carrier oils. Here I'm using 2 small tablespoons of jojoba oil and 2 small tablespoons of olive oil. Then I add 15 drops of peppermint essential oil. This stimulating oil is very concentrated, so I advise you to use only 5 drops of PEO low to begin with, then gradually increase the amount. Also, make sure to perform a patch test on the crook of your elbow 48 hours before use, just in case. And again, this oil is very potent and you will really feel the stimulation on your scalp. I like to apply it at night before going to sleep. I made a detailed video about this, so you can check it out as well. The link is in the description box. This oil is ideal if you use the GHE method and the inversion method, by the way. Your hair might grow way faster than usual if you're consistent. Way number 6 to use peppermint for hair growth is in an infused oil. I simply put the contents of peppermint tea bags in a glass jar or bottle, and then I add my carrier oil. In this case, I added MCT oil, which is ideal to use for DIY infused oil and if you suffer from the dandruff caused by the yeast Malassezia. This yeast loves oil but not MCT oil. This oil only takes about 5 days to infuse, so it's quite fast. And if you combine it with peppermint, your dandruff might disappear. After separating the oil from the residues, again, I like to be extra and add peppermint essential oil, but it's optional. Your oil will smell so good and you can use it on your entire hair and as a treatment for hair growth and against dandruff. The 7th way to use peppermint for hair growth is within a hair growth serum. Here I'm adding equal amounts of olive oil, avocado oil and MCT oil. I'm also adding an omega-3 capsule which also contains vitamin D and vitamin B12. Finally, I add a few drops of peppermint essential oil and lavender essential oil. I shake it well and voila, you have a hair growth serum that smells amazing. Way number 8 to use peppermint for hair growth is within a conditioner. You can use an already made conditioner, but make sure the ingredients are compatible with peppermint essential oils. Here is my DIY homemade hair growth conditioner. As you can see, during the last steps, I add vitamin E, peppermint and lavender essential oils and of course my preservative. I mix well and incorporate the conditioner into a container. If you want to know how I make my homemade hair growth conditioner, make sure to check it out. The link is in the description box below this video. And voila, this is the end of the video. Don't hesitate to tell me if you use peppermint in your hair care regimen. And if you enjoyed this video and want to take your hair growth journey further, make sure to check out my ebook, Healthy, Strong and Long Natural Hair. Inside, I go beyond individual ingredients and show you how to build a hair care routine focused on growing longer, stronger, healthier natural hair, and most importantly, retaining the length you grow. If you want more exclusive content, deeper guidance, and want to support the channel, You can also become a member. So if you're serious about your hair journey, check out all my links in the description box. Don't just focus on growing your hair, learn how to take care of it, protect it, and retain the length you grow. See you in the next video.